visit some brother out on my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, I'm here to do a reading on DDG and Holly. Let me just slightly move my computer over. I just recently did a video earlier today or yesterday, depending when this video goes up, talking about how DDG just recently released a collaboration song with Bia. So because of that, please go check that out if you haven't checked it out already. And in that video, I said I might as well just do a reading on DDG and Holly, or DDG period, to see how he's doing since I don't want to say since he's crashed out, but since he's really opened up about what's going on with him and Holly a little bit. I did do some research because I was just curious, because I was going to bring lyrics to you guys. However, I had found out that DDG actually did a song earlier this year, like in March, called literally Don't Take My Son. It's serious out here, guys. I didn't realize it was that serious. I honestly don't even, you know what, I'll just go over some of the lyrics with you guys just in case if you haven't heard. But it says, don't take my son because he's all I got. Heartbreak. I'm not just having fun. I don't love these thoughts. For a second, I really thought he was saying thoughts. Like, you know, like a thoughty. But apparently to the lyrics, it's thoughts. We'll see. We'll see. I'm pretty sure he meant thoughts, but anyway, whatever. You tell me that you're going to move on, but I know you're not. Trying to make me pay to see my son. That's going to make me hot. That make me piss. That it makes me sick. Oof. We see why he cut off his locks. Playing games like Twitch. Okay. Get the green light kick. I didn't know that reference. And it's not about the money. It's more about the principle. You know I'm rich because he only a baby. And he getting big. I don't want to miss nothing. He playing a game with my cousin. DDG. All right, and then lastly, I'll finish this last verse called, you can make a bottle right now, he fussing. I'm not pulling out, I'm bussin'. I hit her from the back. Oh, I'm rushing. Wow, DDG. Okay. Pop off, I guess. Why you keep playing difficult? You be acting like I do the minimum. When I give you my word, you don't listen. Just get to spinning them. I feel like I can't win. I don't know what I'm going to do. Do next. You keep asking me why. But I told you before that my ex picking up Halo. You know, I'm just honestly reading the lyrics. I have no idea what the flow is. I just recently looked it over, but on this website, there is 0 punctuation. I get its lyrics, but Jesus, could we put some commas and periods at least so we can get the understanding of the flow? Maybe I should read it like it's a poem or something. But moving on, this is the song that really has gotten my attention, which is off of his fresh album that he just released on Friday, actually. And it's called What I Prefer. And it's basically a song about him talking about how I'll read the lyrics for you, but apparently this is what he thought he had in Holly, or maybe this is what he saw that he didn't have in Holly. But whatever it is, as I said before in that video, and I'll say again, it seems like he's really trying to find himself and realizing what he wants or doesn't want in a relationship. But here are some of the lyrics to What I Prefer. He says, I'm out of town, I'm going out. I'm on the road, just hold it down. I'm at the wow, thank you. We got some commas here finally. That website I was originally on was Gen Z. I think Gen Z needs to get a little bit more hip with the punctuation. Genius lyrics, thank you. I'm sorry. Back to the lyrics. I'm on the road, just hold it down. I'm at the club, these hoes around, but that's not what I prefer. The fame gonna make it easier. I didn't have to speak to her. She gonna let me sleep with her. Okay. But that's not what I prefer. And then this is the verse that really told me that I was just like, okay, DDG is definitely fighting himself. He says, I need a stay-at-home girl. Yeah. Not always on her phone. Yeah. Not scared to be a lone girl. Yeah. Not influenced by her homegirls. Chloe. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm done. She allergic to FROMO. I forget what. The fear of missing out. Thank you, DDG. I forgot what FROMO meant. Are you suddenly calling out Holly? That's all I need to know. Are you subtly calling out Holly in here that she may be a homegirl, but she too busy on her phone being attached to whatever's on the outside world and not the love that you guys have for each other? And I presume that her homegirls, you mean Chloe, her big sis, who gonna tell her how it isn't straight. But everybody is saying that Chloe could be the one that's influencing Holly's decisions. And then lastly, in this verse, he said, she ain't nothing like these other girls out here chasing clout. She barely leaving the crib. She don't like going out. That's exactly the kind of girl DDG is like. I prefer a homegirl, somebody that doesn't even want to go out, somebody that has friends, but they're not always checking social media, figuring out what they're missing, checking out the headlines, seeing what people are saying about them. You know how it is when you're a celebrity. You know how it gets. You get a little bit obsessive and figuring out, do people like me? Are they receiving me? And it becomes me instead of us, the baby and our family that we're growing. But I digress. And he says, she ain't here shaking her ASS on Instagram accounts. She a homebody, small circle. She don't open up for nobody. Yeah. She a homebody, cold-hearted man, that MF frozen probably. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So with that, that's all I pretty much wanted to bring to you guys about DDG and what is going on with his love life, I will say at this very moment. But what I was very interested about is that DDG finally got his collaboration with Bia. And that was one of the things that Bia had gotten just controversy, because DDG said, if any females want to collaborate with me, they got to go through Holly first. Insecure a bit. Are we a little bit insecure? I mean, I get it. She made a whole song about because I love you, babe. And that could have had insecurity written all over it. But it came off more of a cross as somebody who has obsessive, almost destructive kind of love. She's just like, if I act a little crazy, if I act a little goofy and stupid, it's because I love you. If I might just murder the next chick you talking to, it's because I love you. So she's just like, you're not going to collaborate with any other female because I love you. I'm going to withhold your baby son that you love so dearly. And I know that you love so dearly, but it's all because I love you, babe. Sounds a bit toxic if you ask me. Holly, come on now. I get you an Aries, and Aries can be a little bit toxic and all into themselves, but Jesus, that's all I got. So I'm going to shuffle the cards to pull out how is DGG's career going. I don't want to, there's so many questions I want to ask. Like, I want to ask about his career. I want to ask about his mental health. I want to ask about how he's feeling now that he's finally gotten to release an album. Is it really everything that he truly wanted, or did it not come to full fruition like he wanted to because he had somebody that loved him a little bit too much? So, I mean, I don't know, DDG. So let's just shuffle the cards. So we're just going to do just a energetic overall. We're just going to do an overall energetic reading on DDG. And the cards will tell me which direction I shall go in. Although if I can, I will try to look at it from every angle for you guys. That's probably really loud shuffling. I apologize. So, all right, DDG, how is he? All right, calm down, cards. All right. Oh, perfect. You know, I really said I was going to really shuffle and flip my cards right side up. I really need to. So I wasn't a fan of all these upside down cards, honestly. Maybe quite frankly, I just don't feel like reading upside down. However, should we turn them right side up? Okay, we'll turn them back the way they was. Okay. So I'm just going to look at this trusty old book to get some reverse meanings. This is how I get my practice in on reading things in reverse. I mean, sometimes you don't need it to be in reverse. It just is. Either way, no matter how you flip a coin, look at it different ways, it is what it is sometimes. Okay. Why does okay, here we go. So we have the Hangman in reverse. The only major that's the main reason why I wanted to pick out a card, because the Hangman was in reverse, but the Hierophant wasn't. So I was just quite curious because I'm like, one major arcana upside down and the other one isn't. I'm like, that seems kind of intentional. So I almost want to put this back. It says that the Hangman in reverse can symbolize selfishness and the crowd. The crowd? Yep, the crowd. Okay. We'll figure out how that ties into here because I'm trying to figure out who is the selfish one in this situation, DDG or Holly, because this is in the past position. And wow, okay, I'm already seeming to get a feel. It could be that he sees that Holly's a bit selfish when it comes to his career and about him living his life. Maybe it could just be the fact that he has birthed. Well, he hasn't birthed. She has birthed the child, or he has given her a child, because it takes two to tango in this instance. And so because of that, he has given her a baby, and since then, she has pretty much dangled Halo over his head. She's just like, you want to see this baby? You got to treat me right. You best love me right, boo. That's how she coming off. But I digress. We'll find out some more. So the next thing I'm going to look up is I don't have to look up the Seven of Pentacles in reverse because that one's pretty much straightforward. Seven of Pentacles usually symbolizes, there we go, English. And the Seven of Pentacles usually symbolizes working on your craft and taking a reflective period. So the fact that it's in reverse, maybe things aren't flourishing or growing in this way that he wants to, especially because it is in the foundation position. And you want a good solid foundation. If your foundation is shaky, or you're planting on bad soil, you're not really going to reap the benefits of the harvest. So because of that, that's what I'm seeing here with the Seven of Pentacles. And then lastly, the next card that I'm going to look up is the Six of Cups in reverse. Oh, interesting. The first word that they mention for reverse is the future. Okay, what will come? renewal, that which will come to pass presently. Okay. Like they say, past, present, future is all one. You're experiencing them all, everything, everywhere, all at once. So I guess you experience your future presently. After all, you are going to be building, you're going to be building yourself up to be that future you that you desire and look up to be. And that's exactly what DDG is doing in this instance. So now that I've looked at the 2 out of 3 retrograde cards, because the 7 of Pentacles was pretty much straightforward. So what we see here representing him at this very moment is the 4 of Swords. And usually the 4 of Swords symbolizes somebody that is taking a sabbatical, which is, I see it all written in his cards, honestly. We have the Hangman, which is usually somebody that separates themselves and isolates themselves. Maybe he could be doing it out of selfishness, or maybe because this was in the past section talking about his relationship with Holly, maybe he could have been a little bit selfish with his time and his energy, and because of that, I don't want to say he's like reaping the benefits, but like I said, if your foundation isn't solid, then anything you build on top of that foundation, whether it be a career, love life, parenthood, it's just going to start off rocky. And the fact that most of the cards are in retrograde or in reverse symbolizes the fact that he's in a whirlwind, especially because this card right here, that the only card actually is the Sword card here that represents him specifically, and talking about a whirlwind, and the Swords represents air, as the 4 of Pentacles, usually somebody that is laying down, taking some chill time with these swords dangling over them, but they trust the process, and they understand that those swords are just not going to pluck and fall right on top of them. However, in this depiction, we have a baby sheep. And this sheep basically symbolizes somebody who you would, the best way I could say it is honestly take advantage of, because how do we view sheep? Yeah, so that's how he's feeling in this moment. However, he might turn that around. He is going to turn that around, as this Hangman card suggests. He's going to be turning it around and using it as a way to help him reflect on himself, instead of looking at everything that Holly's doing to him. Maybe take some time out to be like, man, what did I do? How did I allow the situation to get so far? I mean, honestly, DDG, it did start off with the fact that when you and Holly initially broke up, you blasted that on the internet. I get it. I hate to say this, but the best way I could say it is that was just DDG. That's just what DDG does. He comes to the internet, whether it's to brag, whether that's to talk, to flaunt, whether that's to use it as a source of therapy, whether that's to tease about dropping an album, whether that's on Twitch or doing collaboration live streams with other famous people out there so we can get the clout, fame, and attention. Actually, you know what? It's quite funny now that I'm really thinking about it. The kind of energy that I'm getting is that DDG probably everything that he was talking about and what he preferred and what I prefer is basically him, like basically a coming of age, realizing that maybe those were all the things that he was into, always in the camera, always trying to get likes, always trying to get views, hopping from the music career back to music. 1 minute he's a rapper, next minute he's a YouTuber. He was shaky with it. He even talked to you guys about it several times. Be like, man, guys, I know I keep abandoning you, but I'm just trying to figure this all out. And in the process of trying to figure it all out, his relationship dissolved in the process. However, how was co-parenting? They're co-parenting good around the holidays, but you know, it's the holidays. It's family time. Of course, people not going to act up when act up, you can get snatched up. Yeah, no, nobody's going to be doing that around the holiday days. So because of that, now that the holiday days is over, we're done with Christmas, we're done with Thanksgiving, we're done with New Year's, we're done with Valentine's Day. Do you guys realize how many holidays are in the winter/fall? Halloween. I mean, I could just, the list goes on, honestly. So because of that, that's not a time you would want to be single Pringle out there, honestly. So because of that, maybe they could have originally tried to work it out, but maybe the more they tried to work it out, the more DDG started to realize that Holly was suffocating him, is the best way I can put it, in a nice way. Suffocating in the sense of he can't breathe or do anything without Holly. Holly was like his ghost manager, basically. He didn't know she was hers. He didn't realize or even sign up for Holly to be his manager, but that's exactly the role she assumed for herself. That's what I'm just assuming, just the way DDG has painted the story. Like Mama Crones says, there are 3 sides to every story: DDG's story, Holly's story, and then the truth somewhere in the middle. So because of that, that's what I'm trying to seek out. What is the truth in the middle between these two? Because the next card that I see right above his head is the Hierophant, which means that logic, which is very fitting to be in the thoughts position. As he said in his one lyric, what was it? He says, I'm not just having fun. I don't love these thoughts. What's ever running through his mind, he's just like, hey, money makes it easier for me to access women. Money makes it easier for women to just flaunt and throw themselves all over me. Not that I'm actively going out there to seek it. It just happens. And you know how, hey, listen, he's just like, I'm not for this life. I don't want to be out here just accumulating a body count just because I'm heartbroken, maybe over Holly, or just the fact that he's just trying to do, like they say, if he can't get over somebody, get under somebody else. And he doesn't want to do that. He really wants to work through and process these feelings that he has for Holly. And honestly, I don't think he's ready to truly let Holly go. And maybe it's just all for the fact that she still has Halo, and that's all he wants. He's like, please, baby, please don't take Halo from me. He's like, I'll do anything, literally, just do not take my son. What do you want me to do? Do I gotta kiss the walk in the ground? Do I gotta worship you? Like, what do I have to do to make sure I get to see my son? And don't try to charge me up the wazoo because I'm rich, and try to get some money out of me. He's like, you're the Little Mermaid. You got finances too, sis. He's like, you're trying to milk me dry for some child support. At least that's the way I'm seeing it, because he's like, you're making me, unless he didn't literally metaphorically mean that he has, like, if he didn't literally mean that he has to pay to see his child, maybe just the fact is it meant all metaphorical, as in I have to suffer, I have to show that I'm in debt to you so I can see my son. Maybe that's what he meant metaphorically and not literally. But hey, so because of that, trying to move forward, all he's got on his mind is his relationship, Holly and Halo. Now, the question is, does he have Holly on his mind because he wants to think about her and get back together with her? Or does he have Holly on his mind because everywhere you go, it's Holly this, Holly that. Holly says you got to do this. Holly says you have to do that. Apparently, Holly blocked Bia just for collaborating with DDG. Now, that's a bit suspicious. I'm not gonna lie. That's a bit suspicious. I know, what was it? DDG did a collaboration with Glorilla. Was it Glorilla? I think it was Glorilla. And I think there was also a problem in that too. As I think afterwards, I could be misquoting. Do correct me down below in the comments if I'm misquoting this whole situation with DDG and, wow, her name just slipped me, and Glorilla. But I do think there was some type of schism there that happened between them, and it was all because Holly was being a helicopter baby mama. You know, this is honestly giving me like PTSD back to Danielle Bergoli and Lavon. They all say the baby daddy is just the baby daddy, but then they don't want the baby daddy to have a life. They want the baby daddy to be indebted to the baby and be a daddy. So they're just like, sorry, you had a child, you can't go out and have fun. If I have to work with this baby and live with this baby, you have to work and live with this baby too. You're not going to put it all on me. That's how women are feeling. So because of that, I get it. It was honestly a collaborative work. It was a collaborative work between them two. They were really great co-parenters, so I don't know where it just turned right. Okay, I don't know where it just turned left so quickly. So because of that, the next thing that I see in their future is the Six of Cups, which it says that the future talked about renewal in the future that you're going to be feeling presently. Whatever that's supposed to mean, but the way I'm going to interpret it as very finally, it's in the future position, symbolizing that their future, I don't want to say has brighter days. It's because it's upside down in the actually usually the Six of Cups usually shows somebody that is at an unequal balance. You know, you have somebody who's just a little person hanging out with a child, but if you didn't know any better, you would have just thought it was two children chilling with each other and sharing flowers, but it turned out there seemed to be some imbalance. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here with Holly and DDG, that there was just some imbalance when it comes to their relationship. And it could just stem from the roots. I'm not sure if Holly just does not trust DDG at all. I don't know if DDG has done something to make Holly like distrust him or watch him like a hawk, or got him like literally in a chokehold where he's just like, God, I can't even talk to a female without Holly side-eyeing me, wondering, why you talking to her? What you guys talking about? Are you going to collab? What are you guys going to collaborate? What's the lyrics about? Let me see them lyrics. Let me make sure you guys aren't going to be subtly flirting with each other on screen, which I think now I understand exactly why we haven't gotten a music video for DDG and Bia, because I was very offended by it. I was just like, come on now. Come on now. This is the great Bia, and you're not going to put her in a music video with you. It's just a mark lost, but I get it. Do not take more than is being offered to you. So because of that, that is how he's feeling with Holly and in terms of how his career is going to be going forward. We see that right now that even though, yes, he has released an album, there's still like a stalemate. I don't want to say it was awkward, because I definitely loved the album, loved the full album from the rooter to the tutor, from like the feet to the head. I definitely enjoyed the entire album, even with Bia's a little bit of collaboration, and then the people that he did collab, I realized it was mostly predominantly men, but we understand why. But he was able to slip a few females in there, and I was just glad to see that he finally was able to get Bia to I guess you could say, best way you could say it is finally get Bia to collaborate and be open to the idea of just being on the track with him. He was like, well, maybe we can't film a music video, but at least let's like work together and just be collaborative business partners. That's the least we can do. I'm not trying to ask for more. You know how I feel. So with that being said, we're going to pick three Oracle cards. One for his relationship with Holly, the next one for his career, and then the third one, last one, is going to be, is DDD crashing out? Okay. Okay, all these cards wanted to fall out. So my first, okay, high cards. Jeez. My first card that came out, which was when I was talking about in terms of his relationship, we have the Jackal, which basically symbolizes somebody who's being clever, sneaky, and deceitful, which sounds exactly the way DDG feels about Holly and their relationship. So the next thing that I want to know is, well, since the cards already have done their thing, the next thing I want to know before I get to his career, I'm going to ask that third question, which is, does DDG feel stifled by Holly, and how is he feeling with with trying to get his career going and have to juggle Holly at the same time, honestly. Oh, of course, it's a journey, it's a discovery, it's a challenge. It's going to have its ups and downs. So the next thing and last thing I want to know is, how's DDG's career going to be as a musician as long as he puts his energy fully and truly into it? So here we have the rats. The only reason why I could say his album really wouldn't do the greatest, and that's just simply because maybe there's just too much drama surrounding it. Like I said, he wasn't able to get he really wasn't able to get that star-studded cast that he wanted for his album. He had to jump through hoops and loops and dupes and dip it. He dip, we dip. He had to do all that to make sure he could just get a little bit something that he's looking for out of an album, because music is truly a form of creative expression. And for Holly to stifle that as a musician herself is actually quite sad. You want to block his blessings just because yeah. That's exactly where I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to leave it at what I was about to say. But yeah, so because of that, when it comes to his career, it's definitely very irritating and frustrating for him. He feels like he never because rats are rodents and peasants and you just want them to go away. And maybe that's how he could just be feeling. He's like trying to escape through his music, but it's really not working for him, because while he's trying to escape through his music, he's still, like I said, got to jump through loops, hoops, and dupes and dips and dips. Yeah, he got like what, 2, maybe 3 females to collaborate with him, and one of them was Bia, and we know how hard that was. So because of that, yeah. It could have put a little stake in their friendship. They truly did have an authentic friendship, DDG and Bia. So because of that, like, listen, when somebody's in a messy relationship, you don't try to get involved. And that's also another huge red flag, is when people in your industry start to avoid you because you come with too much baggage, or you got all these, I don't want to say conflicts or contracts, but you have all these conflicting individuals running your journey and your music career it's really unpredictable. It's like, who am I collaborating with? Am I collaborating with Holly or DDG? Like, why do I got to go through Holly just to collaborate with DDG? This just don't make sense. The math ain't mathin'. Not even girl math is making that make sense. I'm sorry, Holly. I wish I could make that make sense for you. But the best thing I could honestly say is that yes, that was the last card that I wanted to know is DDG basically being, is Halo. I know children, especially babies, are off topics, but I just want to know, is Holly using Halo as a form of manipulation tactic for DDG? Okay. And with that, the magic card says, oh. Okay. Maybe what's at the bottom of the deck? Okay. I feel like I got to dig a little bit deeper for this one. So I'm just gonna pull up my Letterman cards, because that's going to give me a slightly better answer that I'm looking for in this situation. The card that popped up, I know you guys can't see these oracle cards, was doubt. Now, I asked, is Holly using Halo as a form to manipulate DDG? And the card said, no, I doubt it. But Doubt means to have hesitation and also to not move so quickly and to really sit down, think, and process. And that's exactly how DDG could be feeling right now. Maybe he really truly is feeling as though maybe Holly is using Halo as a form of threatening tactics, but maybe once he looks past the situation, his hurt, maybe he'll see it from a different perspective and then realize, oh, maybe she really wasn't as toxic as I thought she was. Sometimes people project, but the next card that was at the very bottom of the deck was money, which is exactly what I was having a problem with earlier when DDG said that he has to pay to see his son. So it seems like, I don't want to say it's like a money grab, because I don't know if he's like literally paying child support, if he's an active co-parent. However, I just feel as though with the sense of Halo, with this money symbol, it definitely seems like maybe it's the whole all press is good press. So, if you want to go out there and spill your guts out on the internet about our relationship and about what I'm doing and basically using you, DG, by all means, go ahead, talk about it. That's how Holly's feeling. But she's also like, at the same time, we worked together. There was so much in our future that we could have had together. And maybe there could just be some like resentment or sadness about what could have been. Maybe if DDG was a different person, maybe if she was a different person. So I just want to pull one last card to be like a clarifier. Oh, a messenger. Okay. The more I pick cards, the more elusive it's getting, honestly. So basically, as the messenger says, it's just here to give a message. I guess it told me to stop searching, honestly, for some answers. So because of that, we're just going to leave that one alone. If DDG is truly being manipulated by Holly through the fact that they have a child together. But what I do see in terms of his career is that he really wants to take rapping seriously. Like, he's so for real wants to take rapping serious now. He's like, I know what I want. I know who I am. I've had a child. I've had to grow up. I see things in a different perspective more than I would have before. So because of that, he's ready to put all that active energy into something useful, which is expressing himself, which is basically that, just expressing himself, whether that's through deleted tweets or deleted X's. I'm not sure what you call posting on X anymore, but or maybe it could just be the simple fact that when it comes to Holly, maybe he feels as though he has to reevaluate how he approaches her, and by doing that, it will be able to help, I don't know, maybe lower her guards, or make her not feel as on guard. Because, like I said, the card that came out for how DDG feels about Holly and their relationship, not only did the Hangman upside down say selfish, but then the Jackal card came out, which all symbolizes about being cunning, sneaky. Oh, I like the fact that this could be also tied to loneliness and abandonment. Maybe he could feel like Holly has abandoned him and he feels alone and isolated, because that's exactly what Holly is trying to do by gatekeeping who he can collaborate with. If I can gatekeep you who you can collaborate with, then therefore you're not going to be surrounded by a bunch of these females. And if you're not surrounded by a bunch of females, I don't have to worry about them trying to take you, because I really can't claim you, but I claim you because you're my baby daddy. So because you're my baby daddy, you mine and nobody else's. I'm sorry, not sorry. It's because I love you, babe. That's exactly how Holly's coming off. So because of that, the message that I'm getting from here is maybe, yes, she could be trying to, but there's some serious doubt on the extent of if she's truly manipulating him and controlling him. Maybe it's a simple, well, Portia Williams wouldn't be a good example, but it's basically just saying the fact that, if you mess up, it's going to be hell to pay. Trust that, brother. It's going to be hell to pay. So just don't get on my bad side. That's basically how Holly is coming off as an Aries. You know how Aries are. They're feisty. They're going to tell you how they feel. But another thing is that they can really burn themselves out too quickly. It's when they have love, it's like a whirlwind love. It's like as quickly as love came in, as quickly as love has gone out. And we've seen it. We've seen it. They was like in love for like what, a good year or two, had a child, and now they broken up. Talk about wow, crazy. Thank God they didn't get married in the process, right? Because that'd just be a whole nother thing. And I don't think Holly be ready to let him go. Or DDG wouldn't be ready to hardly let it go. So one of them would be fighting in custody to hold on to the marriage. So it seems like they've definitely lucked out on that one. But besides that, I just see that everything's intertwined and connected. His love life, his career, all because this stems from him evolving into a new person, basically. Somebody who hopefully takes money seriously, but definitely somebody who realizes the kind of girl he wants. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading on Holly. No, I hope you enjoyed this reading on DDG. Well, it was kind of a bit about Holly, but it was mostly about how their relationship is affecting him. And it seems like the way it's affecting him is that it's cramping his style for real, when it comes to being an expressive musician artist. So because of that, that alone is frustrating, to not be able to have your vision come true and see your dream. Like, yeah, I thought this in my head. I got the dream list of people that I want to collaborate with. And then just for that to kind of derail and go a little bit downhill, it's just like, it's like, bro, you're stealing my joy. You're stealing my happiness. What do you want from me, Holly? He's just like, just please. What is it? So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on DDG. I sure did. I felt like I got a little bit of insight. The cards definitely seems, whenever, honestly, I'm going to be so honest with you guys, when I tried to pull cards for their relationship, it just seemed like it got worse and worse. Like I said, like I honestly said in the beginning, it just feels like it's continuing to spiral downhill from here. And maybe that's just exactly the type of energy DDG's in with regards of Holly, feeling like he's in a whirlwind, like his life has been stirred up. Because he had this whole vision in his brain, and it's I don't want to say the complete opposite, but it's not quite the happy, perfect family home he was envisioning when they had this child together. So because of that, two people can change, but also maybe it could just be somebody's finally waking up, or it could just be that somebody, like he said in the song, being a little bit influenced by people around you. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I sure did. Please subscribe if you hadn't already subscribed. That would really mean a lot to the channel. Please and thank you. And I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Please leave your comments down below if you have any other comments. And I will now see you sunflowers in the next one. Sunflowers.